The second thing is, historically, we must go back. Remember, Hafiz Saeed's Lashkar-e-Toiba replaced the Jaish-e-Mohammed, the Hafiz Saeed's Lashkar-e-Toiba replaced the Hizbul Mujahideen, which had replaced the JKLF as the front runner of Pakistan's proxy. Now they are following the logic of your enemy's enemy is my friend, and therefore there could be an emerging relationship between the Lashkar-e-Toiba and JKLF, and if this new meeting that has taken place in Pakistan is proof of anything, then we are looking at a new dimension. The third aspect is the government of India seems to be moving one step forward, one step back. We seem to be apologetic about the fact that on one side we are confronting terrorism, on the other side we are allowing the Hurriyat, who do not have a locus standi because none of them have contested elections. The Hurriyat seems to be self-styled leadership, which is being given a kind of respectability by the government of India by sending them as official delegations here and there. I've always opposed this thing. My whole philosophy is, you're either with us or against us. You don't like India, leave India.
Exactly.
Why stay in India? Why take Indian taxpayers' money and then go and abuse us outside? And it's a complete shame on the part of New Delhi to tolerate this nonsense. And the final point that I want to bring home to all those who support people like Hafiz Saeed, and this includes the kind of lackadaisical attitude of the government of India, that if you strongly feel that you are strong on terror, then don't just hang people in captivity. Go after those who are behind the entire terror mechanism that troubles the Indian citizen. And Hafiz Saeed needs a bounty on his head. If America can put a bounty on his head, why the hell don't we?
I really don't understand, Shabnam. You know, on Saturday you were so, and I'm going to Aslam Ghani, coming back to you. On Saturday you were even questioning the Supreme Court verdict on Afzal Guru. You took a position on that. Today I find that you are holding yourself, because the reality has come to strike everyone. Everyone. That this nexus is being exposed. The nexus of terror is being exposed. The overground and underground members of it.
Position? What position am I avoiding?
Well, I would say so openly that not just you but political players.
Who has given Yasin Malik a passport? Who has given Yasin Malik a passport?
You want his passport taken back or not? What is your position?
Oh yes, of course then his passport should be taken back. It is up to the government of India. It is not with a common citizen. I'm saying that if people like you and Mr. Maroof Raza, I have got great regard for Mr. Maroof Raza. I watch his programs, and he says his position with a lot of panache and patience and passion for his country. Maybe I don't agree with him on many things, but I have got great regard for his views. Question is, who has issued passport to Yasin Malik? Isn't it the government of India which has issued him this passport? Now,
absolutely.
If you on Times Now have been able to air that video, so what is Mr. Shinde doing? Then he should have said that. Is he still saying that I will look into it? Now, if he has seen him sharing the stage with Hafiz Saeed, then government of India should have taken this issue up.
I don't know. I don't know. I have asked this question of the government. I'm also saying this, that whereas there are some sections of the media also which continue to carp constantly about everything that the Indian security forces do wrong, this story deserves as much attention. I want to go to Aslam Ghani right now. Aslam Ghani, for example, Omar Abdullah. I'd like to say today you're coming here as a senior advocate, not as a member of the National Conference, but the question must be asked to you nevertheless, shouldn't it, Aslam Ghani, that Omar Abdullah questions the Supreme Court judgment and says that possibly it was, to satisfy the collective conscience of the country and not only the process of law that Afzal Guru was hanged. In other words, the Chief Minister is questioning a Supreme Court decision on which he has been consulted even before the hanging of Afzal Guru. Omar Abdullah is not saying a word on this. I'm sure he is aware too. I'm sure political parties are aware. I'm sure the PDP is aware. The NC is aware. Why this silence? Why this silence, Aslam Ghani?
Silence regarding what?
Silence regarding the meeting between Hafiz Saeed and Yasin Malik. The killer of 2611 and Yasin Malik.
Look, Arnab, I have heard very big voices just now in your program. So far as I understand, I'm a lawyer and I try to understand the facts as they are. if you look at it, I did see a photograph of Yasin Malik and Hafiz Saeed. The photograph is that Yasin Malik is sitting in a blanket, probably on some fast.
So?
And it seems that Hafiz Saeed has visited that place.
Really?
What I can make out of it. Now, very loudly it is being talked that there's a meeting between them. It's a public place where probably, rightly or wrongly, I don't justify even Yasin Malik sitting there on a fast.
Yeah.
But if he is sitting there on a fast, that is a issue to be taken in isolation. And further speaking very loud about it.
No, Mr. Mayor, one second. He has gone there. Let me tell you. Let me tell you the complete story. Let me tell you the complete story. He has gone there.
Yeah.
If you see the video, he picks up a mic. And I will tell you this, Aslam Ghani. I've decided editorially not to run what he has said. Because what Hafiz Saeed has said is pure poison. It is venomous. It says all kinds of things about the Indian state, about religions, about people, about people. 1 minute. And Yasin Malik was sitting there in silence and he looked on. He goes there to give him juice to give his fast after that. And we see this camaraderie going on.
Do you think by any chance a person of the nature of Hafiz Saeed, could Yasin Malik stop him talking something?
Oh my God.
See,
oh my God.
This is
Mahesh Jetpalani. No, it's a choice. It's a choice. Mahesh Jetpalani. What kind of an argument is this, sir? What kind of an argument is this?
I think on the part of Yasin Malik to sit on the fast there is a different question.
You know.
But whatever Hafiz said,
sir, you are all, sir, you are all responding in a state of denial.
Make a larger point.
It will be a little too much.
There is no denial.
It will be little too much.
I'd like to state that there is a capitulationist lobby which has been trying to undo the work done by the Indian Army and security forces. You know, every year the Pakistani ISI used to maintain 3,500 to 400 terrorists in Jammu and Kashmir over the last 20 years. However many we killed, they sort of infiltrated that many number back. Then we built the defense on the LOC, curtailed drastically the infiltration levels. Today, there are just about 250 to 300 terrorists left in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Most of them are just trying to survive and hide. Now, despite this victory, there is this capitulationist lobby in the Indian state which has been trying to force to turn defeat, a victory into outright defeat. You know, we had the interlocutors talking of going back to the 1953 era, the pre-53 era.
Absolutely.
You know, all the sacrifices of our 10,000 soldiers would go totally waste, Arnab. And we have been propping up these elements in our state.
Why were the interlocutors? I'm sorry, I'll have to interrupt there. Why were the interlocutors? Why were the interlocutors in Kashmir in the first place? There is something that happened in 2010, and denying that will not change it. When you talk about law, when you talk about the morality of
let me answer that.
And General Bakshi, very frankly, with all due respect to you, a lot of work done by the Indian security agencies in Kashmir has to be undone.
Really?
Because a lot of work they have done has contributed to grave human rights violations and a sort of
if we are talking of keeping the state of Jammu and Kashmir with the Indian Union, that will never get undone. You and I may get undone, that will not going to get undone. Let me be quite candid on that. But let me tell you, as far as the issue of 2008, 2009, 2010 is concerned,
I am not talking about
you've raised the point. Can I just respond? No, can I respond?
Sure.
Can I respond?
Go ahead.
Look, I'd like to say this. Post the construction of the fence, the proxy war was, the back of the Tanzeems was broken. We were taken by surprise at that stage when the ISI tried to give it the air of an intifada with a new incitory network that started the Amarnath Yatra agitation and the subsequent agitations from 2008 to about 2010. Let me tell you that incitatory network
I don't need a defense briefing on Kashmir. I do not need a defense briefing on
Well, let me give you a different briefing then, Junaid. Mr. Mattu, 1 minute, gentlemen, 1 minute.
By some political leaders.
1 minute, calm down. My question is, have you forgotten how many Kashmiris have been butchered by the Lashkar-e-Toiba? Mr. Mattu, have you forgotten what happened in Doda in 1996? 1 minute. 1 minute. Have you forgotten what happened in the Nandi Marg massacre of 2003? Have you forgotten the Delhi bombings? 1 minute. Have you forgotten the Delhi bombings?
What happened in Bihar?
Have you forgotten the Delhi bombings?
Have you forgotten the summer?
Have you forgotten the Delhi bombings? And have you forgotten what happened? Okay, I'll give you one example. I'm giving you one example.
Which has a courage
I'm giving you one example.
We haven't forgotten
Listen to one example.
Violations, but have you forgotten?
Let me share one example with you. I'll tell you, because we need to go deep within and ask ourselves, for what shocking reason do we need an endorsement from Hafiz Saeed of all people? I mean, the ISI is bad enough. My question is on January 31st, 2011.
Arnab,
Mr. Mattu.
Give me a second.
Mr. Mattu, take my question.
I will answer you. I will answer you. Let me take your question.
Take my question.
Hafiz Saeed, apparently, okay.
Take my question.
Answering what you've asked till now.
I'll give you one example, then you answer, and then I want to hear your answer after that. I want to know.
Okay. You have given me an example.
Yeah, I'm giving you.
Given me an example.
Yeah. Can I give you one example? No, I want one example. I want one example. I want to know whether Yasin Malik has the courage to ask Hafiz Saeed that example. I want to know whether Yasin Malik will ask Hafiz Saeed that on January 31st, 2011, a 16-year-old girl called Arifa and an 18-year-old girl called Akhtara were dragged out of their one-room house in Sopore and killed. Akhtara took 4 wounds to her face and Arifa was shot in the chest. They were accused of being immoral because they used to roam around the market at dusk, laughing and chatting on their cell phones. This is something the Lashkar-e-Toiba took responsibility for. I want to know whether Hafiz Saeed, whether Yasin Malik, who talks about the Indian state, has the courage to confront Hafiz Saeed and ask him that I would not even share the stage. I would not be sharing the same air as a man who is responsible for something like this.
Sure. Now,
has he asked that question?
You have in the Whale of One. Yes. Let me answer that. Now,
has he asked that question?
You've raised some very serious questions. Please let me answer. Yes, let me answer. You have asked some serious questions. One of the questions is, has Yasin Malik committed a wrong by sharing a dais with Mr. Hafiz Saeed? One, that question would be best answered by Mr. Yasin Malik.
You're passing
Second,
it now.
It seems that Mr. Yasin Malik was there for a hunger strike and Mr. Hafiz Saeed has come there. Now, the Indian legal system is very sound. You've just executed Afzal Guru. 4 Kashmiris are dead. 7 million are imprisoned. You're very proud of your legal system. If you are so proud of your legal system, why don't you take action against Yasin Malik as per your law?
I'm simply asking, why are you getting so worked up? I'm simply asking a question on Yasin Malik because, so why am I asking this question? Because so far it was spoken about in, whispers, subterfuge, suggested, no proof. Now there's proof. The proof comes out, and the proof is as strong as this. And when the proof is as strong as this,
let the state consider
then you don't hide it. You don't hide the proof.
Consider it.
Can you hide this proof?
What I'm talking about is that in the realities of conflict, let me finish. In the realities of conflict, a lot of people.
On your channel, and all the discussions every morning, I think that tomorrow morning the India is going to be perfect. And after that, I have seen all biggest stories dying their death. Your standard of proof, I am not going to take it as a standard of proof.
Mr. Aslam Ghani, Mr. Aslam Ghani, you can see the tape. You can see the tape for yourself. No. You can see the tape for yourself. Maruf.
No, I have seen the photograph. I can see one thing very clearly, that this is a place where Hafiz Saeed has visited. Now the question is whether Yasin Malik could have asked Hafiz Saeed that you leave this place.
Really?
See, let us be
I don't know. 1 minute. Why are you fooling yourself, sir? Why are you fooling yourself, sir? So why are you fooling yourself, sir? You see, when 3 weeks back we put out the news report. Sir, please. Sir, please.
all the things are going to die today.
Mr. Aslam Ghani.
Tomorrow there will be
Mr. Aslam Ghani, I have a simple question. I have a simple question. Don't be.
And I'm sorry to say,
Mr. Aslam Ghani. Mr. Aslam Ghani, you know, you can try this. Mr.